Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to Rassle Rock with Rick Connor.
What the F was that entire freaking promo about?
Mark Callbacher.
She's like the James Ellsworth of women.
And Cory Castle.
I look like Paul London and Brian Kendrick mixed.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Rassle Rock. Mark Callbacher couldn't be here today. He's got a bit of a headache, real bad headache, and he has a work thing later on, so we didn't want to drag him into this mess because we had some audio issues and issues.
Can we go back to when one of the three of us wouldn't make it and we would make up a story about where the other one was?
Yeah, instead of telling the truth.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
We definitely had like that cankle surgery going on for like 7 shows in a row.
So Mark had a bad experience with a little person who stabbed him in the cankles. I don't know. I'm bad at improv. You go ahead. You go ahead. You say things now.
Well, I don't. This is a strange thing. I don't know if you know this. I know it might not be public knowledge, but Mark has got gills like a fish.
Oh, really?
And so what had happened is like he slept wrong on him, and his sweat like sealed him shut somehow. So there was an infection that he had to get taken. He had to get gill surgery.
Oh,
so unfortunately, we don't have Mark Callbacher today because of his fused gills.
All right. But we do have Cory Castle in a Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson shirt, and so together we have Dwayne Gill.
There you go.
Wrestling jokes, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show.
For the audio audience. The audio.
Yes, absolutely. Gosh,
also hear
man,
my dog barking. Sorry,
that's fine. You're going to hear my cat freaking out at some point, so that's fine.
Not good etiquette.
No, there's no good etiquette here on the show. Oh my goodness! So there's going to be a lot of noises in the background. I'm also doing laundry, so there's just a bunch of stuff going on. Yeah, but right now, let's talk some wrestling, shall we?
Oh, all the way. We've got
yes. I want to start with this Charlotte Flair story. Did you hear about this?
The title exchange. They were trying to trade the titles, and there was a fight or some dumb drama garbage. I didn't understand. The decision to just trade the belts takes away the meaning of each belt.
I know,
and it kind of like makes everybody go, yeah, this whole SmackDown Raw 2 brands, 2 belts for SmackDown and Raw for the Universal Championship and the World Championship and the Raw Women's title and the SmackDown Women's title and the tag titles for both brands, all is dumb. And it's just shining a super bright light on it.
It makes it meaningless.
Right.
It makes the titles themselves meaningless, let alone the brand split. Mm-hmm. There seems to be no dissertation between the Raw and SmackDown Women's title, and they did it last year with the tag titles.
Well, with the Street Profits and New Day.
Yeah. And New Day, yeah. So I don't know the reason for it, but Charlotte Flair walked in the ring. Went to hand Becky the belt and just dropped it on the mat.
Yeah, it completely looked one. This is what made it cool was that it didn't look overproduced like everything else does. Everything else looks like it's so picture perfectly done, and this looked like some legit heat. And if she's in trouble for it now, that sucks because it was a dumb thing in the first place.
Oh sure. But it seems that she's not just in trouble for doing that and going off script or whatever, but Becky Lynch took it as a big insult because this isn't the first time something like this has happened where Charlotte just took it upon herself to do something she wasn't supposed to do or talk to her or treat her in a certain type of way.
Well, she's the opportunity.
She's what?
Well, she's the opportunity. So
she's the opportunity?
That's her gimmick, right?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, she's the queen, right?
Well, she always in her promos, she always says, "Well, I'm the opportunity." Yeah, that's like her gimmick that she always says.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's just the way Charlotte Flair.
I'm sure she actually believes that, though. Like, I'm not sure. I'm sure that it's not just a character. She actually believes that 100%. So yeah. So, like, you created this monster. You gave her 1 billion titles in her first 5 years of work in there. Like, what'd you think was going to happen?
Well, I mean, it's one thing to be super over. It's another thing to think that you rule the world and nothing you do is wrong. Like, it's completely different. Like, she's Ric Flair's daughter. Her above all other people should realize that it's a freaking work, man. Like, it's not real. Like, she hasn't been in a legit fight with any of these people. And Sonja Deville was ready to knock her the hell out.
Okay. One, being good at fighting or not doesn't take away the fact that you're a tremendous talent as far as this business goes.
That's not what I meant. I apologize.
Yeah, but like she is a once in a lifetime talent for sure, and she's been treated that way, and now she knows it. Now she knows that she's a once in a lifetime talent. So a lot of time, once in a lifetime talents such as Shawn Michaels and Triple H have been able to kind of get away with behaviors. And Charlotte's gonna have to learn the hard way. Even I don't know, but I mean, she's in a position where, like, dude, she could kind of, dude, the whole like ratings war and all that stuff. Like, if she showed up in AEW, which everybody thinks is going to happen anyway, it'll be humongous. Like, her fiance's there, and her dad's rumored to go there. Like, I don't know. And then like Tully and Arn and like all of the factions. Like, she'd just be easily inserted into one of those factions.
Oh, sure. She is a tremendous talent. She's great in the ring. She's great on the mic, and she commands attention constantly, no matter where she's at. But that doesn't give her the right to treat other women in the locker room like she's greater than them and they are less than she is. And you brought up like people like Triple H and Shawn Michaels who have done that. Who have in the locker, Kevin Nash and Scott Hall are famous for it, for doing it in WCW, and it's we've seen it plenty of times on the independent circuit.
Do you know
people get that head about them?
What I've started calling that behavior? Clickbait.
Clickbait. Exactly. That's exactly what it is. It's clickbait.
Yeah.
Yeah. Besides what is it? CLIQ.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just for the listening audience. But yeah, you didn't see him throw up a
I'm going to spell it out for you.
Yeah, but that's exactly what it is. And she's, again, like this is a different time now. This isn't that era of DJ and NWO.
Because it's a publicly traded company now. There's more money on the line than ever was before, and these are different times. This is a more sensitive time. But Becky worked with her right on it. Like, it wasn't like Becky she didn't bow to it. You know what I mean? She didn't. She played with it. You know what I mean? And it was good. It was good business. People probably really would like to see a feud between the two of them more than they'd like to see the shoot heat that was between her and Nia that resulted in like real garbage match. When I say garbage match, I don't mean like deathmatch wrestling. I mean like just a big old puddle of Duke on the ground.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, man. I think we're gonna get it. Because unless a title change happens at one point, these two are probably going to be fighting in Survivor Series. So I don't think WWE is going to start building on this. I don't think they're going to build a story out of it because they're trying to bury it. They removed Charlotte from all her her press junkets or whatever because they don't want her talking about it, and they don't want anybody asking her questions. Hey, what was up with the belt swap? What the hell happened? Why were you escorted from the building? That was another thing, man. She had to be escorted from the building by security. That was
probably to protect her because
most likely, yeah. But I mean,
other women probably wanted to fight her. Yeah,
yeah,
and I bet you a lot of people whose business this wasn't, just like what broadcasters, I guess, journalists in wrestling do, stuff that's not their business. It becomes public business because it's on a platform, like a worldwide platform. So I bet you tons of people who weren't involved in this acted like they took this personally. And that's probably why security escorted her out.
Well, it's rumored that in the back she's been difficult to work with a lot of people. Becky Lynch stood up to her, and then Sonja Deville said, she was going to stand up and say, Sonja Deville's got all the MMA experience, so she was ready to kick the crap out of Charlotte. And other women in the locker room were saying, thank you. You guys are whatever, pioneer, whatever. I don't know. You guys are saints for what you just did. Somebody finally stood up and said something about it and did something about it, and now it's out in the open. So I mean, this has been going on for a while with a whole bunch of people.
The undeniability factor of Charlotte Flair, like if let's say somebody did decide to take liberties with her, like someone like Sonja Deville, Deville would probably lose her job. She would probably lose her job, and that would suck. Like, or she would just get taken off TV, or she would just get sent home. Like she would be off TV. She would be suspended. Like it would be a whole thing that she would do. It was if the storyline with Adam Pearce and Brock Lesnar was with Charlotte Flair and Sonja Deville.
Yeah.
What'd you say? Smash the microphone off her teeth. What a jerk move. Once Brock hit him right in the mouth with the microphone, I was like,
yeah.
I was like, dick. That was like a super bully jerk move.
Oh yeah. Well, that's Lesnar, man. Like sometimes he just has that gimmick. You know what I mean?
Sonja Deville didn't stand up for Adam Pearce?
No, I guess not.
Brock, I'll kick the shit out of you. I don't care.
Sonja Deville stands up to Brock Lesnar. There's an MMA fight that I want to see.
You don't want these hands, Brock.
Everybody wants to see Lesnar and Lashley fight it out because they got the MMA background. People forget about Sonja Deville. Let's see Lesnar and Sonja Deville in the match.
You gotta see
Why not, man? I would love to see that. Royal Rumble 2022 prediction happening
match
right
of the
here.
Century.
Match of the
blockbuster event of the summer.
Yes. The Brock party returns.
Brockbuster.
Yeah. So yeah, man, it'd be interesting to see what happens with this. If they're gonna do the Survivor Series match, because they are building up. It looks like it's gonna be Charlotte and not Bianca. Charlotte and oh god, green hair lady. What's her name?
Shotzi.
Shotzi Blackheart. Yeah, she might be something with that, or they might lean towards the Sasha Banks angle with Shotzi. Looks like they might be building up Becky Lynch and Liv Morgan.
Did you like that match that Shotzi had against Flair?
It wasn't bad. It wasn't terrible.
There was parts of it that were really good, and there was parts of it that were really not very good.
Yeah, but I mean, for the most part, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed myself. I enjoyed the match with Lynch and Bianca Belair on Monday last night. I thought that was great. So I mean, they're starting to build it up finally to the point where they're giving women a shot. At least they did these past two shows. Hopefully they continue with it and stop with the 2-minute matches and stuff like that.
What both WWE and AEW did this Friday. On Friday, they gave women who weren't the champions shots at the champion for a chance to face them for the championship later. It's like, you what? So you've got to beat the champion twice.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. What happened to good old fashioned number one contenders matches? You could literally pick any two people and put them in a match and say, this is for a number one contendership match, and people buy it, and nobody gets mad at that. They get mad when you have someone beat the champion who isn't the champion and then go just for a shot to later on try to beat the champion. It doesn't make any sense at all.
You want to be the number one contender? Beat the champion.
They did it Monday. They did it with the tag titles, with the women's tag titles, with Nikki Cross and Rhea Ripley, and they took on Carmella and Vega. Why? Vega just won the Queen of the Ring thing.
Hang on one second.
Yeah,
I really think that I think it was really just a throw dartboard, throw darts at a wall that has names on it.
I mean, what the hell was the point? I'm going to sit here and continue to bitch at this while you go do what you got to do. What was the point? What was the point of putting Vega over Selena Vega as the Queen's Crown winner or the Queen of the Ring or whatever they're calling her, if they're just going to throw in her tag team with Carmella for literally no reason? And I understand that they split up all of their women's tag teams. They're either split up or they're fired or they're just doing whatever off television. Excuse me. But then you don't have any women's tag teams around. So now you just have to randomly throw a random tag team together. It doesn't make any sense at all. It's lazy is what it is. It's making me so angry. Somebody give me some context. Give me a story. Give me some kind of substance. I need something here.
Some motive. We need a motus operandi.
We need something, damn it, because the women's division is just on AEW as well. It's just going down the tubes. So I don't know what to do. You're going to go here again. I was throwing it back to you, but I'll sit here and continue to bitch about the women's division. When's Ronda Rousey coming back? When's Bayley coming back? We need more people in here. They need to stop with the 50-50 booking too. Liv Morgan just shows up in the middle of Becky Lynch's promo, and she's just like, she just crosses her arms, and Lynch just goes, okay. And now Liv Morgan's probably going to get a women's title shot. They've been doing 50-50 booking with Liv Morgan and Carmella for I don't know how long, and now they're both in title pictures. It doesn't make any sense at all. Zero sense. No sense is being made is what I'm trying to say.
You know what's funny about it is there's one set of women's tag champs, right? Mm-hmm. So the women's tag champs represented on every show. They can go on any show and every show. That should be every championship. Mm-hmm. That should be there shouldn't be as many belts as they have, and the ones that they do have should be able to go anywhere. Like that should be the negotiability. Should be like when you're this champion, you go be that champion on any brand that you want to be on, or defend it when it's on the calendar. Like they should say, okay, every champion has a set schedule of title defenses, and on that schedule includes Raw, SmackDown, NXT, and pay-per-views. Mm-hmm. That feels like it's more of a sports-based production. It seems more of that does seem like something if they want, but at the same time, it would be too complicated for little kids, and that's who they want to aim for. That's for everything.
Well, with little kids, you put up a graphic that says this person beat this person, this person, this person. Now she gets a title shot, or at least a number one contender shot, or whatever. It's not difficult to follow. I followed the King of the Ring tournament in 1998 that had NBA style brackets, and I was like 19 years old. It didn't make a lick of sense to me, but I still followed it. It's like, okay, that person's beating this person. I don't know why they're on two separate sides of the screen, but they're fighting each other now. And okay, I can get it. I can get behind it. I can suspend my cognizance, I guess, of of what is actually going on. Just as soon as I get to the product of the solution or whatever of what
because you're already a fan and you're already invested.
Sure.
So that would be probably the case with anybody. We're like, they complicate things too much for who's watching. People are watching because they already are interested. They're already into it. Like, I mean, if they did want to get a new audience, they would go, well, the goal in this is to get more audience, which they should say, show this to your friends. Like anybody who had slept on Raw or SmackDown, things are changed and they're back to good. So what, like that seems like what wrestling should be doing, trying to attract new fans. Because, dude, from the 90s, in the last 20 years, I mean that might be generous to say 20 years, but in the audience of pro wrestling has fallen off so much.
Oh yeah,
like and you know, you can blame all the factors, be like, oh, it's MMA. There's so many options to watch on TV, but at the same time, sports hasn't gone down. Right. Like they're not insulting anybody's intelligence. They're giving you consistency. And it feels like WWE and AEW, as much as it pains me to say, because I like it, I really do, I'm a big fan. It's pro wrestling is inconsistent. Yeah, like when it's inconsistent on AEW, it's just like, you never know what night of the week it's going to be on. And
they don't really promote it either. It's not they're like, oh, we're not going to be on Fridays this week. We're going to be on Saturday.
And then you just got to
promote it. You just got to
figure it out. when your DVR says there's a new AEW on it, then you go, what? Then that's what it was on. Right.
Unfortunately, we're past the era of TV Guide, because I used to get that all the time and just search it. It's like, oh, cool. What day is what day is this happening?
On top of that, bro, like the internet exists now. So you could have pop-up ads on Facebook that say, hey, AEW is going to be on Friday this week instead of on Wednesday. Or Dynamite will be on Saturday instead of on Wednesday. It seems like it should. Once again, armchair expert. I am not a pro at I don't have a TV expertise for pro wrestling. But I'd say I think with all the money that you have, with all the potential that you have, you'd use some of that to build like the audience. Like you'd want to keep a consistent audience. Once again, not a millionaire. Don't have a huge audience myself, but I'm consistent with my drum. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta stay consistent.
I mean, if what everyone, every single organization, every single wrestling company needs to do is have a set of rules that is the set of rules. And they don't change, and it's been this way for a while. I was just listening to somebody talk about like late '90s WCW, where it was just like, and they did this in WWE too, where you can have 4 people run to the ring to try and kill somebody, but as long as the good guy hits them first, not a disqualification. Like, don't know what the hell that's about, but it's inconsistent rules like that make it very hard and very confusing and very.
That feels like a video game glitch.
Yeah, it pretty much is. But it's stuff like that makes it hard for a new fan to get involved and to actually like it, because if I was watching something new and I'd be like, well, why did that guy just get disqualified and that guy didn't? Or why did that girl get counted out when this girl didn't get counted out, even though she was out of the ring for a longer period of time, and the referee just kept on ducking his head into the ropes, in between the ropes, and going, "Hey, get back in, and then start the count over.
I'm gonna start counting. Hey, excuse me. Hello, excuse me. I'm gonna count.
Excuse me.
I've got 10 fingers, and each one of them counts for you're gonna get counted out when I start counting. You better not make me start counting. 1. Hey, look, I started counting. Once I count to 2, you'll know that I've counted more than 1.
All right, we get it. Jeez.
That's how you stall as a referee.
It's not far off. It's not far off at all.
Also, let me put this down for just 1 second, so I can. There's a lot of hello, a lot of clapping. What? Hey, clapping. Hey.
I never noticed the clapping. I never noticed.
A lot of hand motion.
Yeah.
A lot of.
Are they just clapping back at people? Or just like, hey, come on now. Hey, come on now. Break it up. Break it up. Sweetie.
The most important part of that is the come on now.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Hey guys, come on. Come on.
Look at me right in my browns here. Look at me in my browns. I'm so serious. I'm so serious right now.
Look at me in my browns, as always.
My baby browns. Because I don't have blues. So
I know, but I never heard that one before. I like it. Look at me in my browns. That's funny. I like it.
Behind these hazel eyes is a person who's lost his patience with you.
Behind blue eyes, look at me in my blues.
What if like the referee starts becoming like a teacher where there's like a little bell that they go, when I ring this bell.
Oh my God. I hated that.
Well, the Miz stole a teacher thing by saying, when my hand goes up, your mouths go shut.
Yeah.
What a perfectly hateable thing to say.
I know. It took so many people back to school where it was like, oh my God, Mrs. Harris used to say that to me. Boo. Boo, Miz.
You're Ms. Lipschitz. What are you doing? Miss Lipschitz used to talk to me like that in social studies. Even after I gave her an apple.
Oh, sir, everybody's triggered now. We have so many triggers. Oh my goodness. But yeah, have a set of rules, people. Have a set of rules and follow those rules like an actual sports league, an actual sports event.
Presentation. Yeah, it's
presentation.
Sports entertainment. Right, like you're too focused on the entertainment and less focused on the sport because you know that most people will go, oh, it's nothing like a real sport anyway. It's all entertainment. So the sports entertainment doesn't even matter. Like it's just called sports entertainment because it's not called sports, and it's athletic and it's entertainment. So they call it sports entertainment.
Oh man! All right, there was a couple other stories I wanted to get to here.
Please.
But we had too much fun talking about that.
Oh, are we out of time? Who wins wrestling?
I was about to. Yeah, I was about to.
Go to your topics, man.
That's all right. Whatever.
Do we have a time limit?
Not really a limit. I mean, we could go a couple hours if we wanted to, but
yeah, we don't pay for studio time. We don't pay for studio time no more. What am I doing? What am I doing behind this?
That doesn't work if you show them.
Demonetized.
That's why you were in the small screen. No. WWE ring announcer Greg Hamilton was released. Did you hear this story?
I did, yeah. But I did not read it. I just saw the headline and I went, okay.
I did that as well at first. I was like, oh, great. They released somebody else for no reason. But this was kind of a sad story. He's actually, I don't have it in front of me, but I don't exactly know what happened. But I know that he's taking care of his family. He's living with some family that's not going through a very nice time right now. So he took the time off. He said, unfortunately, I had to leave the company. I have to take care of family first. WWE has been nothing but great to me. And, he's wishing himself in the best of future endeavors, he just kind of checked out himself. And good for WWE for, not being like, well, actually, you will have another 8 months of your contract. So grandma's just going to have to suffer through it for a little while longer. They could have pulled something like that, and they didn't. So kudos WWE on that one. And good luck to Greg Hamilton.
Nah, you might be giving too much credit to WWE.
Why do you think? Why?
Because any employer should be doing that. I mean, if somebody,
sure.
So you did exactly what you should have done. Oh, credit. F you. Just get good, cool. Thanks for doing that for him.
I don't know. I guess. I mean, I think. It's for brushing their teeth. It doesn't mean that they weren't supposed to do it anyway. It's like, all right, good job. You brushed your teeth. You did what you were supposed to be doing.
So we both agree that this is your toothbrush. This is bone dry.
Oh, my God. Cory's just reliving some memories, some childhood memories today. It's just like, I have issues to work out.
I was just quoting a John Mulaney bit, but that's not my experience.
Oh my God. I used to get beaten for not brushing my teeth. No, but I mean, they didn't even, I forget what was it Greg Hamilton?
I think so.
I forget. Yeah, Greg Hamilton. That's not even his real name. I don't have his real name in front of me, but they changed his name. It was like Greg Smith or something like that. And they changed it to Greg Hamilton because, WWE, they want to own everything. So if they wouldn't even let him keep his name, I wouldn't put it past them to be like, no, I'm sorry, we can't release your contract. We need you right now.
But honestly, man, I hate to minimize that job, but anybody could be a ring announcer.
Well,
I mean,
we know that that's not true, actually.
No, but I'm saying, anybody who's passionate about the business,
yeah,
and has watched it and understands it, could do it. Like they've just trained people like from bones to be a full on ring announcer. That's what like JoJo did that. Like Linda, not Linda. What's the lady's name? Lillian Garcia. Like, so it's not like it's a job that's impossible to train somebody else to do it just as good.
Oh no, I'm not saying that. But I think he did a good job. I think he had a pretty iconic voice. He was the guy Shinsuke Nakamura. Like he just had that lilt in his voice. That just,
once Rick Boogs came on. Once Rick Boogs came on, they were like, we don't need the only thing he did good was Shinsuke's introduction. Now we got this other guy doing it. You go ahead. Go ahead. Be with your family, you little wuss.
One more story I wanted to get to before we get out of here. We had a weird story come down the line about Ring of Honor. They're rebranding completely, apparently, and they're firing just about all the roster. Is that the case here? They're getting rid of at least half.
They've done away with every contract. So
every contract.
They've released everybody off of their contracts. So I guess from now on, with their rebranding, is going to be like it's going to be more like an indie. So they won't have any contracted wrestlers. So anybody who is wrestling for Ring of Honor, who will be wrestling on their TV, will be uncontracted, uncontracted. So, gig workers, kind of what we do on the indies. We just work for passion and cash.
Mm-hmm.
Cashing.
So it's not necessarily a good thing because this is pretty much saying goodbye to guaranteed money from Ring of Honor.
Well,
wrestlers.
Let's also say, not ignoring the fact that Ring of Honor during the pandemic still honored every contract and paid they lost so much money.
Oh, sure.
By paying they've got to do something.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of just closing down and going, all right, we just can't do it. Like they were paying people a living wage to not wrestle, like to be under contract. And that's very respectable and very honorable of Ring of Honor. But it's like they've got to do something to try to be buoyant. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They can't sing.
Stay afloat.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what that means.
Ring of buoyancy.
Oh man!
Ever throw a hula hoop into a pool?
Can't say that I have, but
well, now you'll think of ROH every time.
Now it's okay. Ring of Honor is now the hula hoop floating in a pool. So what is going to happen here? Are they just bringing in all new people, or do you think they're going to keep some of them on as uncontracted talent? What is going on? Well, AEW bought up a bunch of them, didn't they?
Yeah. I think who wants to stay is going to stay. You know what I mean? Like who want to stay doing that independent contractor work will continue to do independent contractor like day by day basis, and continue to try to get at all the other places they can get signed. Mm-hmm. But it's probably a good thing and a bad thing, and they're also like they're taking a break until April, right?
Yeah, till April.
So it might be like NXT 2.0 in April. We'll see.
That was my first thought when I heard they were getting rid of a whole bunch of people. I was like, oh, they're rebranding because it worked out so good for NXT that they're just like, we got to get in on some of this action.
They have their own Braun Breaker.
Oh man! All right, man. I think it's about that time. I think we've droned on long enough, and we usually do a little segment here. We shine a spotlight on one person that needs a spotlight. A spotlight shown on them more than anybody else. We do it with a segment called "Who Wins Wrestling." Who wins wrestling? Blah 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 blah. All right, Cory, you got one? You got one in the gun, in the barrel?
Kinda.
Okay.
Kinda. I'm kind of thinking Eddie Kingston. The performance that Eddie Kingston had against Daniel Bryan on Rampage this week was pretty great. I mean, it definitely like you felt Bryan bringing him up. You know what I mean? You felt him like going, I'm going to bring you to my level, and we're going to make this work. So I mean, not to say that it was the best match that either one of them had ever had, but definitely it was a showing, and that is the type of showing that can say that you win wrestling.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, you know my thoughts on Kingston. I love the guy. Met him in Chikara and CZW and all that other stuff, and he's always been great to me and a really good person and a really good worker. So, yeah, man, I was glad he had the match. I think he's facing him in the tournament, yeah? Or,
yeah, he did. He did already.
Yeah. Oh, he did already?
Yeah.
There you go. Shows how much I watch.
Yeah, he didn't win.
Yeah, I know.
He didn't win, but it was an impressive showing. And you know what I mean? They protected him. Like, Bryan choked him out. It wasn't like he tapped out or got pinned. He got choked out, which happens in fights.
Yeah.
So Kingston's a fighter, and it just proved that he's got the heart of a champion.
Hearts on fire. It's just to break into the Rocky Four montage, training montage. This week I got to go with Kevin Owens. Brought him up to the main event of Monday Night Raw this week, and it was a decent story. There's a story developing that I'm very interested to see. Kevin Owens has always been great. He had a great match with Big E. I thought that was fantastic. Seth Rollins does the interference on behalf of Kevin Owens. It's not very clear.
Yeah, they didn't really paint that picture the way it needed to be painted.
Yeah, but I think they did. I think they did because it's.
But I was only saying they didn't lay out the whole. It makes sense to everybody.
Oh, sure.
So that only saying that for that reason.
Right. So we don't know what's going to happen in the future, which is great. There's a cliffhanger. There's what's going to happen next week when Rollins and Owens go at it. Is this the start of these two teaming up? Is this Kevin Owens on the way out, being on top? It's what's going to happen. So I'm super excited for it, and props to Kevin Owens. That cat is loud.
Yeah.
Dear God, man, what are you crying about?
He didn't like your pick for who wins wrestling.
Why not? Kevin Owens is fantastic.
He wanted you to pick Keith Lee, his fellow cat.
You wanted the bear cat, didn't you? Didn't you, you little bitch? Nothing. All right. That's about it, man. We're about done with this episode of Rassle Rock. Corey, what do you got to plug, man? Hit him with it.
Before I get into my plugs, I want to give a humongous quick shout out to Matt Tremont and the H2O company. He hosted this week at the Trenton Thunder baseball field, like a explosions death match with Onita from FMW, and it got pretty crazy good international press. And our boy who's been on the show, Chuck Payne, was on that show.
Oh, nice.
So I want to, and I know Matt's in the hospital with some burns after the explosions. Mm-hmm. So I just want to give a shout out and a happy, get well soon to Matt Tremont, my buddy.
Nice. Nice.
Buddy. That's my joke. I always make that. I've always made that joke with him from the beginning because buddy. Because when he first started running shows, like he started, what was that? On Point Wrestling, right?
I think so, yeah.
He started running that with Loudy back in the day. And I said, are you prepared for people who you barely know to just come up to you and act like they're your friends now? Everyone's going to come up to you and go, hey, buddy, why don't you book me, buddy, hey, buddy. And so that was the joke I constantly made because, anytime I ever had any sway anywhere or I was doing any kind of booking, everybody would, hey, buddy. Anytime I'm ever like on a board somewhere or a producer somewhere, zip, no one knows. I don't want no one ever knows. But subscribe to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Cory Rassle. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Cory Rassle, CoryKastle. Usually it's on the lower third here on the screen, but it isn't this time. No big deal. If you're watching on YouTube, if you're watching us on YouTube, on the Rassle Rock YouTube, make sure you hit subscribe. Make sure you like. Make sure you share it with your friends so that our subscriber numbers go up, so we can go live during live pay-per-views. Visit WrestleRock.com for all the information on how to get our merchandise and how to subscribe to Rick's YouTube channel. You get all of that stuff there on WrestleRock.com. Subscribe to Evolving with Cory Rassle. That's Evolving W/Cory Rassle on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you subscribe to quality podcasts. Please let us know you exist if you're enjoying the content that we're giving you. Comment below if you're watching us on YouTube, or if you're watching or subscribing to this YouTube channel or Rick's YouTube channel, make sure you comment with something nice. Let us know you exist.
Be nice to me. I read all the comments. I will answer all the comments, but only if you're nice.
Are you doing Hubie Halloween?
I don't know. I was just being a goof.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, WrestleRock.com. You can check out all our merchandise there. That's always connected to a different charity. You can check out every video that we've ever recorded of Rassle Rock. You can get direct links to the podcast on Apple Podcasts or whatever you listen to podcasts on. And definitely, please like, comment, subscribe on this YouTube channel, because we need to get those numbers up. It's a little ridiculous. The number of people that watch this without subscribing is absolutely crazy. You'd be helping us out a lot if you could just subscribe. It costs you nothing.
Tremendous amount for you to help us out and cost you nothing.
Yes, definitely.
It's call to action.
Absolutely free. Also, speaking of free stuff, we're Dynamite Championship Wrestling. We're putting out a free weekly episodic wrestling show on YouTube right now. It's starting right now. The first 2 episodes are up right now, and the 3rd episode is coming, I believe, this Saturday. That is DCW Overdrive TV. Look for that on YouTube. Subscribe to that channel. And you're going to have to wait to go out, dog. I know. I have pets going absolutely batshit crazy here. It's absolutely insane.
Bonkers.
They're bonkers banana sandwiches. And so, yeah, DCW Overdrive Television. The first 2 episodes are up now. So definitely go over and check those out. Those are great. I watched it I watched episode 1 with my girlfriend this weekend, who was not a wrestling fan. And while she was watching it, she actually said, "Bitch, you better get up that ladder, stop playing." So I think she was into it. So she
That's how everybody watches wrestling.
That's how we should all watch wrestling.
There's a killer after you. Get up that ladder.
Get that damn briefcase. God damn. So it's a good show. Definitely check it out. And stay tuned to my channel because I'm going to have some cool stuff coming pretty soon. It's almost that time of the year where Rassle Rock is about to start happening. I got a couple things filmed already.
Are we going to put them on both channels?
I don't know. I was thinking about it. I don't know, because it's Rassle Rock related, but also I usually do it on the Rick Connor channel. So I don't know. Maybe it'll just be on. It'll be exclusive to the Rassle Rock channel now. Maybe.
We also want to give another get well soon to make sure you give a follow to @CallbackerMark on Twitter. Get well soon from your gill fusion surgery that you needed to have.
Yes.
And send him out a shout out like on your Twitters, DM, instant messenger him, or follow him on Twitter just so that you can give him the old heal up. Heal up, little pal.
And you can follow us on Twitter @Cory Castle and @Rick_Matters as seen here. And until next week, man, I think we're just about done. Would you not say? So, until next week, thank you very much for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. And we will take it out like we always do with Mr. Nick Burke.
It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday.
The cat is harmonizing with Nick Burke.
Shut up!
Join us again for another episode of Rassle Rock. This has been Jay Davis speaking.